Hello, in this video we're going to be talking about muscle spindles. Let's not waste any of your time. Let's get right to it. Alright, so when we're talking muscle spindles, one of the first things you want to do is identify exactly what we're talking about. And we mentioned these in the last video, but you can see the picture there beside me, and there's some information above. But the information above you've heard, but just be sure you collect it, please. But the idea of the muscle spindle, and we're talking about the whitish area over there. Again, the white area is going to be connective tissue, and these are just dispersed throughout muscle fiber, and depending on what muscle it is, how many it has, the more fine movements that is needed, the more of these that you're going to have. But again, they're just receptors, sensory receptors, proprioceptors that are telling the brain how it's going. Okay, they're reporting back the progress, to what's going on, and with the idea of making corrections to the motion is whatever. But they're full of muscle, but they've got those two nerve types that are so important to getting stuff done: the afferent and efferent nerves. In other words, sending information away, receiving information, making those decisions. So that's our muscle spindles. All right, continue to talk about muscle spindles and some of the things that they are important for, or their functions. And again, lots to collect there, so be sure you collect all that. But it's all about informing the brain. Okay, it's all about letting the brain know of the progress, and you can see a lot of things that are a part of that. Do we need to make corrections to what's going on? When we're walking, are we just stomping our feet, making corrections there? Is there something but it's just the idea of that fine motion. It isn't just legs. I mean, it's arms. It's whatever is needed. But again, just the idea of sending that message to the brain, so the brain can continually monitor what's going on. And again, posture could be a part of that. But it's just the idea of monitoring and correcting. Alright, so here's where I referenced gamma motor neurons earlier. The alpha neurons, as a reminder, are quick responders. I mean, they are, if you need a fast message sent, it's the alphas that you're going to be using. And the gammas, as you can see here, are more for fine motor control. So the finer the motion, the movement needs to be, the more gammas you're going to have. But again, we're looking at muscle spindle here. Again, the white's the connective tissue, and in this picture, the earlier ones didn't really showcase it very well, but you can see that the muscle fiber inside the muscle spindle is the exact color, so you can identify it as muscle. And you can see the afferent and efferent nerve fibers woke through there. You can see the gamma neurons, kind of like the axon and the myelin sheaths and the Schwann cells extending out there. But again, the take home here is that the more fine the movement needs to be, the more gammas that you're going to have. Well, that's our video over muscle spindles. It also brings us to the end of chapter 13 for spinal cord. So when we come back together next time, we'll be talking about the brain. We'll see you then.